Hi, this is Jeff. It is Tuesday, June 21st, and I'm doing my first web blog that kind of demonstrates some interesting things I run across from time to time. So this one is, like I said, the first one, and I'm going to demonstrate kind of a strange security setup that Oracle did in the context of the Consolidations menu. So I'll start here in that what I'm trying to isolate is the Consolidations workbench within the GL. And all the functionality works within this. I'll show you the menu in a minute, other than one piece of functionality. So this happens to be a consolidation definition, and in theory, if somebody's in the consolidations group or consolidations department, whatever, running consolidation process, they'd want to be able to go in here and maintain everything within this screen. So this is a strange occurrence here, the way the menu's built. This says, as it relates to mapping, the function is not available to this administrator. So I'm going to switch over to sysadmin and show you a little bit about this menu and why this is so strange. I'm actually in a Solution Beacon public instance. Solution Beacon is one of the partners we use from time to time for a variety of different contracts that we do. Thanks to Solution Beacon for hosting this instance. It's a great service to the user community. So the gist of this is if I pull up the menu, the base menu, which is called JTH test, this is the top level consolidations menu or the sub-menu related to the consolidations process. It should, in theory, have everything you would think it would be needed for the particular consolidations process, including defining the mapping for consolidation. So you can see here, this is the responsibility definition. There's the user menu name. There's the user menu name here. So you can see this is a complete menu. There's no exclusions. Nothing's unusual related to this. So from a troubleshooting perspective, one of the things that I did is go back to the standard base menu, the top level GL consolidations menu or GL super user menu, which is GL underscore super user. And this is why I originally was building this custom menus, figuring that this here should have everything you need from the consolidation process. It says define mappings, eliminations, blah, blah, blah. So in theory, it should have everything. So when I assigned this to that custom menu and then looked at it, obviously I couldn't access the mappings function. So whereas within the general ledger super user responsibility, which uses this menu, it did have access to that. So I had to, in essence, say there's a function somewhere or a submenu that I've got to find within these other menus to determine what else needs to be enabled for that mapping function to exist. So I started by just looking at the setup menu, and what I did is just add the setup menu to this menu as a hidden menu, recompiled it, and then switched over to that responsibility. And now I'm able to access the mapping, chart of accounts mapping within this. It could have been included by the fact that this said chart of accounts mapping, but I was a little not observant, so I did this the hard way, which is in essence, I went through back to sysadmin, back to the menu so let me go back to my menu here. So I knew it was somewhere within the setup menu. So in essence, what I did is pull up the setup menu, and I just looked at a variety of different submenus. I took a couple of submenus at a time, and in essence, tried to narrow it down to which one had a function or a submenu that was necessary. So the net result was I found it existed under this GL account submenu, which has a couple of functions. And what I identified was there's this function, chart of accounts mapping, which is exactly what the form says, but it's a much different function in its use in the context of the consolidation than it is as a standalone menu. So in essence, what I did is found that this function needed to go as a hidden function. It doesn't have to be displayed. This has both the government and the commercial function name. So I chose the government or the commercial name. Recompiled my menu, and we're going to go back to this. And I went back into the responsibility. Where I got my definitions, the mapping button. Now I'm able to maintain the mapping. So a very bizarre way that Oracle built that menu. In essence, I think it needs to have an enhancement request, which probably will never get fulfilled. But if you go back to this menu itself, which is the consolidation menu, we look at this menu. Somewhere on this, what needs to happen is they need to add another row that allows chart of accounts mapping, similar to that function that we saw. Now, based upon this, of course, I'm not recommending necessarily changing this menu, but this is what would fix ultimately the issue. So hopefully this was informative. I'll be doing more of these web blogs, if you will, as I identify some more of these strange issues. I've got quite a bit of different issues I can talk about based upon different experiences, even at a most recent client, an R12 upgrade client. So hopefully this is valuable for you, and you won't have to run into the same frustrations just by watching this video blog on a regular basis. So thanks. Have a great day. If you need to contact me, my email address is jhare or jhare@erpra.net. Thanks.